Last question, Max, and all the fans are going to thank you. I know when they watch this video for giving me your time. I know you told me Floyd's going to come back, but is there a fighter out there now? Because, you know, him and Broner have been going back and forth, and a lot of people think that might be a beef that's going to lead to a fight. Is that the kind of fight that he needs to come back, or who, you know?
Broner is the anti-Floyd. You know, we're all lazy. Bill James writes about this. We do casting in our minds. So, like, the Chicago Cubs in the mid-'80s, Bill James wrote, had a first baseman and a second baseman. They were both good. And traditionally, the second baseman who can steal bases hits second, and the first baseman hits third. And so Ryne Sandberg hit second, and Mark Grace hit third. Even though when you look at their statistical profile, Mark Grace was a prototypical number 2 hitter, and Sandberg was a prototypical number 3 hitter. But we cast in our minds, the first baseman hits third. Same thing. So people see African-American, big talking, lighter weight fighter with fast hands, and they go, and people start to kind of, and we're all guilty of this. This is how we generalize in our mind. We make generalizations, and so you put them into one category. But look a little closer, and you see that they're in completely different categories, in exact opposite categories. Floyd has taken every fight very seriously, and that's why he's never lost. Besides his talent, very seriously. Even fighters you go in and you're like, Floyd, come on, man. And Floyd's not gonna, oh no, he's a tough fighter and da-da-da. And because he takes that approach, he's not caught on an off night. He doesn't have off nights. Or his off nights he can still get through because he's prepared. That's the opposite of Broner. People see with Floyd all the extra stuff, but that's the icing on the cake. The real stuff is what a lot of these fighters need to look like. How did Floyd really have that success? Because everything was built on the success in the ring. And Broner became a rock star, or in his case, a rap star, before he had really understood the level of the consistency of the work that he had to put in. And so, like, he got no shot to beat Floyd, come on. Golovkin's obviously too big for Floyd, and Floyd wouldn't fight him, and he's smart not to fight him. And I know he says he'd beat him, but Golovkin would knock Floyd out. And by the way, I don't think it would be particularly difficult. He's just physically too big. Pound for pound, Floyd is better, obviously, but it's not pound for pound. You know, one dude is bigger than the other guy. I think if Cotto beats Canelo, Cotto's the most interesting fight for Floyd, because a Cotto who fought in a kind of Cuban amateur style, which is not him, won 3 rounds out of 12 from Floyd, busted him up. If Floyd beats Canelo, that means all the improvement we've seen with Freddie, it's not just matchmaking, it's real. It's not an illusion. It's actually a guy who's gotten a lot better. And you got to think, if that Cotto wins 3 rounds from Floyd, and this Cotto can beat Canelo, then this Cotto can win at least a couple extra rounds, and now it gets interesting. Yeah. So that would be the best matchup. And then from a financial point of view, a Pacquiao fight would do, let's say, half the business of the first fight.
Still good.
And still do over 2 million pay-per-view buys. So.
Well, Max, thank you so much. You've been very generous with your time. Big fan of yours. Thank you so much, Max.
Thanks, brother. And you kept it to 5. Look at you.
See, I told you.